I'm wondering, with servant leadership, have you found that, kind of goes on to Jerry's question here, but you don't have metrics, and let's say there's three domains, your, corporate lifestyle, giving back to your community and so on, and then the organization that we all belong to, the family. How have you seen different ways of applying servant leadership concepts to those three domains?
Well, I don't want to dominate, but let me just address that point. I think you have to be a role model. I always felt that, hey, if I worked every single Saturday and Sunday, which occasionally I did in the early parts of my career, that wasn't being a very good role model for the whole work and life balance thing. And occasionally, if I left to go watch my daughter play volleyball at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, that was the best thing that I could do. And so I think it is this one point I made about putting yourself in someone else's shoes. Like, I'm a father, I'm a grandfather, I had lots of other things that matter to me a lot more than work. And so I think if your people see that, it sets a great role model. I'm sure you ladies have a few other observations.
I also think it's about talking about your family and your other world, and like I said, all of your life outside of work does affect your life at work. And so being truly honest and transparent about the fact that you have all these other responsibilities or you have all these other things to do as well. So I really think that it's not thinking that it's always so separate and that it all is interconnected.
I think I would echo what Anne Marie said, is everything's so connected, and I always try to keep a through line, which is, who I am as a person and my authentic self, and I try to show up the same way at work as I do at home, as I do to all of the rowing clubs that I work with, to rowing practice, to a robotics competition, and I try to be the same version of me, but I'm just calling these principles a little bit differently. The things that I share at work may be a little bit different than the things that I share at home, but every aspect of my life is intertwined, and I think that servant leadership principles can apply to so many different things that we do, and it really is just rooted in showing up as your authentic self, as your honest self, and making sure that the things that are important to you are the forefront at work, at home, and anything else you might do.